Hi, everyone. Welcome to the State of the Organization. We are going to get started just in a moment, and we're going to begin with a short video.
Welcome to the State of the Art.
It's always fantastic to see the faces of our team in Guatemala. Before we get started with the State of the Organization, I would like to have Lydia, who heads our operations in Guatemala, say a few words about the political situation in Guatemala.
Hello, supporter. I am here today to inform you of our situation we are currently experiencing in Guatemala. Recently, indigenous leaders have organized peaceful protests for demand the resignation of certain government actors. The protests had a reaction to an attack on our democracy and we perceive to be acts aimed at preventing popular elected government from assuming office. The indigenous peoples of Guatemala are raising their voice, which has led to a unit of people in general, and we are firmly in the fight to protect our democracy. As of today, all of our partners, artisans, and staff are safe in their communities. Thank you for taking the time to understand what is going on en Guatemala. Thank you. Muchas gracias por estar aquí y escuchar de nuestros desafíos en Guatemala.
Thank you so much, Lydia, for sharing. And the recent political struggle in Guatemala has been just yet another reminder of all that our artisans are up against. And thank you to Lydia and the team for all that you're doing to help everyone get through. So for those of you who are new to Mercado Global, just want to give a quick recap and reminder of what we do. As our longtime supporters know, about 2/3 of the population in Guatemala lives on less than $2 a day. And we work in the country with the highest rate of chronic malnutrition in the Americas. In fact, nearly 50% of children nationwide suffer from chronic malnutrition, and these rates are even higher in the indigenous communities where we work. In addition to that, Guatemala has among the 10 most is one of the 10 most vulnerable countries in the world to the effects of climate change. And extended dry seasons have had a major impact on work opportunities and access to food, among many other ways that climate change has impacted the communities that we serve in the region where we work. And all of these problems have led to too many families having to make the very difficult decision to migrate out of the region to the US. And in fact, the number of Guatemalans arriving at the US border has soared fivefold from 2020 to 2022. More than 200,000 Guatemalans arrived to the US in 2022, close to record levels, according to US data. But Mercado Global is about the idea that there could be another future for Indigenous women in the region, that Indigenous women do not have to be victims of poverty, that they can be some of the best entrepreneurs in the world, and that they could access international markets and the resources they need to build lives and futures for their families in the communities where they live. And that's what Mercado Global is about. We're about empowering Indigenous women to transform their lives through entrepreneurship. Over the last 19 years, from when I first started Mercado Global, it was just an idea, but we have come so far. Just to recap a couple of things, we now work with nearly 1,000 women across Guatemala. Now which you'll hear about in a moment, we've even gone to other parts of Latin America. And we're creating accessories and products for some of the biggest retailers and brands in the world. And you're going to hear more about that a little bit later from our sales director. We work with women because they are the backbone of communities. They invest money into their families and they lift their communities up. And we believe in a holistic approach to tackling poverty. We have our 3 pillars: community-based education, giving moms the knowledge and the tools that they need to build their community businesses and access the market. Then creating that market access, providing that connection to international retailers through design, marketing, and sales support. And asset development, ensuring that income is just the first step, that we believe that capital is power. It's a power that's not traditionally in the hands of Indigenous women. We want to help them build their own savings, build their own assets. So now I'd like to share a brief video from one of our team members, Rosario, so that you could see more about how our programming is impacting the lives of the women we serve.
La gente de aquí se dedica a la agricultura. Siempre existe eso de que la mujer es en la cocina y el hombre es en el trabajo. Encontré un maestro que él decía que uno de mujer era inútil, ¿verdad? Yo no me sentía inútil, yo me sentía capaz de hacer todo lo que hace un hombre, ¿verdad? Yo siempre he tratado de motivar a más mujeres a lograr lo que ellas quieren. Ahora soy capacitadora de Mercado Global, a enseñarles a otras mujeres. A pesar de tantas dificultades que hay en la vida, se puede salir adelante. Que, como le decía, yo soy mamá soltera, pero he estado saliendo adelante con mis hijos. Vivíamos muy estrecho, no teníamos la casita, teníamos solo una cama, dormíamos con mis 2 hijos, entonces me costaba un poco. Pues ahí trabajando con Mercado Global fui ahorrando un poco de dinero, ¿verdad? Y entonces ya con eso ya pude yo comprarle una cama a mis hijos. Entonces ya cada uno de ellos tiene su propia cama, ya duermen aparte. El año pasado fue que se logró la casita y pues hoy en día aquí está la casa. Trabajamos, ya es una manera de impulsar, de enseñarle a los niños de que trabajando se logran las cosas. Lo que yo quiero para mis hijos es de que ellos se superen. Ellos todavía son chiquitos, pero yo les mentalizo eso de que tienen que seguir estudiando. Yo les hago la comparación de que si yo me quedé aquí, solo llegué al diversificado, ellos tienen que llegar a la universidad. Entonces tienen que ellos ser mejores que uno. Solo me queda decir a las mujeres que uno no se va a morir porque uno no tenga al marido al lado, va a seguir adelante y tiene que luchar uno para obtener uno sus cositas.
Even after 19 years, it's still so emotional to hear the impact that we're able to have directly from the women that we work with. It's very exciting. And are we having an impact? 2023 is our 19th year, and it has been a banner year. We have had record fundraising through the help of many of the people on this call, and that's been driven by our revamped grants program and incredibly successful events that all of you have supported. And what has that allowed us to do? It's allowed us to invest in our market access program for our partner artisans. This fiscal year, for the first time, we're going to pass $1 million in sales for our partner artisans, which is just incredibly exciting. And think back to that number that I started with at the beginning of this call, where I said that 50% of the population is living on $2 a day. So imagine how far $1 million goes in the region where we work. And in addition to that, we have highly visible sales partnerships, some really, really exciting new partnerships that are providing not only opportunities now and visibility now for our partner artisans, but huge and much bigger opportunities going forward in the coming years. And you'll hear more about that from Maria shortly. And with all of your support, this year we were able to train 450 women in the technical skills that they need to be able to build their businesses and become part of our programming. We've also doubled down on community health. With the help of partners like the Cleveland Clinic, we've renewed our focus on our community health program that brings women the information they need to take care of their families. And most importantly, of course, we've brought more work at a time when there is so much poverty, so much hunger, so much desperation in the region where we're working. We're helping women grow their income and keep their families together. What does all this mean? It means that we're in the process of being ready to launch an ambitious 3-year plan. Over the next 3 years, we're going to be adding more Indigenous women to our programming. We're going to be able to continue to implement our market access readiness training program, our MERT program, which will allow us to bring our model to more women throughout rural Central America. We're going to be providing more work opportunities to current and new artisans. With an increase in sales and high visibility collaborations coming out of 2023, we're forecasting an increase in sales over the next 3 years. And more sales means more work for the women that we serve. And it means more change and a better future for their families. And expansion. We are currently in the process of launching our first pilot expansion in Honduras. In fact, the pilot is launching in our Spring Summer 24 collection. So stay tuned for that. And over the next 3 years, we'll be bringing our model to more Indigenous communities in other parts of Latin America as well. So with that said, I'm very excited to introduce our talented sales director, Maria Murphy. She's going to tell you more about some of the details on what's going on with our sales program and what's on deck going forward. Maria?
Thank you so much, Ruth. Welcome, everybody. So glad that you were all able to join us tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I am Maria Murphy, the sales director at Mercado Global. I've been here for now over a year and a half and loving every second of it. I just want to share with you some of the great successes that we're experiencing in this year of 2023 and just talk about some of the major points on the sales side of the work that we've done and are continuing to do this year. From the channel that is our biggest sales revenue, where we get the biggest sales from, is our majors. And we've made some headway with very important ones this year. So I'm going to share with you just a couple. Belk Stores, that is a very large department store chain here in the US. We're currently in 24 Florida stores with 6 collections that are flowing all the way through April of 2024 of delivery next year. So we're very excited. They already have their first fall delivery. We call it fall in their hands. And we will continue to flow a delivery and a collection each month. We have some wonderful support from a fashion advisory board member, Alan Spalter of Retail Assistance Corporation, and his wonderful team of associate merchandisers that are going to be in the stores this month within the next couple of weeks. And they're going to help us get the best possible display space on the selling floor, as well as giving Belk sales team some training on our brand, our impact, as well as the products, of course. So we're very thankful for that support that we're getting from Alan and his team. Free People, many of you know that great brand called Free People. Well, we are going to be included in their Care FP, Care Free People, focused holiday marketing on our Fall 23 collection. So we're very excited about that. It reaches so many consumers and it really raises awareness to the Mercado Global brand and our products. So we're very thankful to be included in that. And they also placed for Spring Summer 24 collections, and marketing very similar will likely be geared around International Women's Day and Mother's Day as well. So you guys keep an eye out for all of these great things that are happening with us and with Free People. Also, the other side of the business that we run in sales is collaborations. And we've been able to form some really, really incredible partnerships with some very large top brands that bring both sales and visibility that help increase opportunities and, again, that consumer awareness. One of these collaborations is called Liverpool Los Angeles. Some of you may know it. It's a very trusted clothing brand that offers versatile wardrobe solutions for fashion-conscious women and men. We just finalized our second collaboration with them. Our first was launched earlier this year on March 8th for International Women's Day. And we have another one that will also launch again on International Women's Day of 2024. And that is with a matching set of an Estella tote and a mini Lily wristlet in a black and white jacquard and a black and white stripe combination. We're also working on finalizing a third collaboration with them, which will consist of 2 to 3 belts that can be accessorized with their bottoms and their dresses for a March or April 2024 delivery. So a lot of excitement around that brand. Mara Hoffman, a big sustainability designer, and she has a store in New York City. We did a large denim patchwork tote bag called the Ruth bag, and you can see it here on the slide. That was consciously crafted from dead stock fabrics that helps keep fabrics out of the landfill. So we were extremely excited to have this partnership with Mara on the beautiful patchwork denim bag. Our third collaborations with Stuart Weitzman, our artisan community, handcrafted gorgeous ikat fabrics that were designed into at least 7 shoe designs that'll be sold worldwide and online for spring summer 24 February launch. You can see a photo here on the bottom left, and I actually have a few of for those of you that can see my image, a few of their shoes right here with me to share on just how gorgeous these styles, from slides and little ballet slippers and espadrilles, that will be featured for next year. We just had a wonderful, really, truly exciting press event last Wednesday here in New York City with great attendance, where we showcased not only the Mara Hoffman bag, but also the Stuart Weitzman shoes. And they're working closely with their marketing team go forward on brand messaging and impact shared with their customers. And lastly, also working closely with their design team in New York City for upcoming seasons for them to use future fabrics in our fall winter 24, pre-spring and spring summer 25 collections. So some excitement going on there. As far as the future holds, this year we're looking to build on last year's success. For 2024, we're looking to take advantage of some of the great press we're experiencing in the coming months. It'll be very difficult, but we're hoping to go past the $1 million in sales mark for the first time this fiscal year. Well, now I'd like to pass the baton over to Aaliyah, who is our incredible marketing manager, who'll be talking about some of our points on the brand side. Aaliyah?
Hi, everyone. Lovely to meet you all. I'm Mercado Global's marketing manager, and I've been with the organization for almost 3 years now. So I really want to introduce our latest spring summer line. But first, I think we have a video to play to kind of show a sneak peek into the design process of our design director, Fernanda Young. So this is our upcoming Spring Summer 24 collection, which, as Maria mentioned, we recently exhibited at a press preview, and the reaction was amazing. So the inspiration behind the collection is really to honor the color and craftsmanship that you can find in textiles that are traditionally found throughout the communities and the homes of our partner artisans. And the collection also celebrates our milestone 20th anniversary next year. So we really wanted to bring that infusion of color that are both consistent of what you currently see on trend in the market, but that also kind of honor the vibrancy of the culture and traditional textiles of our artisans. So the 20th anniversary fabric, which is the super colorful one on the next slide, was created as a celebration of the progression of our partner artisans, not only of what they've achieved in their communities, but also of their technical knowledge and ability when it comes to weaving and creating our bags. So we've always had traditional ikat fabrics featured throughout our collections, but this time is the first time that we featured it in such a colorful and vibrant way, and it's super innovative. And so, yeah, we're really excited for it. We're even more excited for this collection actually because we have kanyamo featured throughout it, which if you can see, it's currently on the bag, the small pouch with the purple, and then on top, the kanyamo is that little squiggly fabric. So we're really excited for this fabric in particular because it's a lot more of a sustainable choice. So kanyamo requires less pesticides compared to other textiles, and the plants also absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide during their cultivation. So yeah, we're really, really happy that we were able to kind of infuse this throughout the collection. They're also biodegradable, which is awesome. And lastly, with this collection, we're super excited that the stripe fabric has actually been a process of creation with our artisans in Honduras to celebrate our expansion into the Lanka community. And they partnered with our artisans in Guatemala to really create and learn from each other and share techniques. So this fabric is created specifically by those artisans in Honduras. But yeah, I hope you all love the collection as much as we do. Thank you so much for your time and all of your support. I'll pass it back to Ruth so she can close us out.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. So grateful for all that you and the team are doing. And it's been just so wonderful to be able to share some of our updates on our work over the past year with all of you who have made it possible. We could not have done it without those of you who are on this call today. So thank you for your support. And before we close, I'd like to just lay out what we see for the future of Mercado Global. So we're going into our 20th anniversary year as an organization, and it's going to be our most impactful year as ever. We're very excited about it. And over the next 3 years, the next 3 years are going to be absolutely crucial for the organization. We have been scaling so quickly. Sales were up 50% last year. Sales are on track to be up more than 50% this year. We are positioned to have a big opportunity to scale our work in the coming 3 years and magnify our impact in rural Central America and change the lives of more women. But we can't do it without all of you. And we're just so thankful for your support. And we're excited that we have built a model that is making this market access in such a successful way and combining it with training and asset development so that women are able to use that market access to create a better future for their families. And at a time of so much sadness and desperation in many parts of the world, I'm thankful to get to be part of a community that's creating hope and creating a better future for so many women and children, particularly in a region that has such a horrifying history. It's exciting to be able to be part of raising up our partner artisans and helping them build the future they want on their own terms. So thank you to all of you for helping make it possible. And I'd like to now open it up to Q&A. Ryan, I think we could take it off of screen share.
That is wonderful.
easier said than done. And Denise, I thought you might like to know that I'm currently at LAFS. You've been encouraging for years to come to the Latin American Fashion Summit, and people are very excited about us, which is great.
I'm here. I just spoke to Jasmine as well yesterday. She's there too, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm so happy you guys are there. I think that you guys are your personalities. You're going to meet so many people. So it's going to be really
and lots
good.
of people want to learn how to do what we do, which is really exciting.
Because you're on a panel, correct?
I'm actually not on a panel, but lots of people have been coming up to talk to us. And
oh, okay, I was going to say that's one of the actually one of the angles I've approached Chief with. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll talk about it later.
So I'd like to just see if anybody has any questions.
Well, Ruth, I can jump in real quick. I was a little bit late to the call, so I don't know if you got a chance to introduce me. My name is Corey Lyle, and I'm chair of the board for Mercado Global. I've been the chair for, I think, almost 7 or 8 years now, and on the board for over 10 years. So I've been part of this journey and watched Ruth lead this organization, and I'm grateful for Ruth, her leadership, the staff that has given so selflessly to the work that they do. They're very committed to the women and the artisans in Guatemala, and the leadership in the PANA office. Hi, Lydia. Thank you for coming today and for representing the staff down in Guatemala. We're so grateful for the hard work that you all do and the commitment that you have in serving your friends and your neighbors down in PANA. So I'm really looking forward to our 20th year. I think it's a celebration that, quite frankly, I wasn't sure that we would get to in the early years. But Ruth never, ever had a dark moment or a flicker in her flame. She has carried this light for this group of women, and the belief that women, I loved that the video where it said that women can do anything, and that artisan believed that. And they get that continued message from Mercado, which comes straight from you, Ruth. And so I'm so proud to be working with this organization, supporting this organization. I think it's a wonderful update. And I look at the products that and the designs that we have now. We're so much more sophisticated than we were early on, but nonetheless, all natural growth. So growth in our talent, growth in our designs, growth in the number of supporters that we have, the corporate support that we have. That has really been a wonderful addition in the last couple of years with COVID, starting with the masks and then moving into women supporting women. And I could go on and on about all the things I'm proud of, but hats off to you, Ruth, your team, the work you're doing. I remain committed as the board chair, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you, Corey. And thank you to all of you for partnering with us to make it possible. And I don't know if there are any other questions. We wanted to give, part of why we're excited to do this call was to give all of you a chance to just hear directly from our team all that we have going on. And if you do have questions, to ask us. But it's also okay if you don't have questions.
Ruth, were you able to introduce the staff members that are attending? Again, I came a little bit late. I'm not sure if everyone's...
A couple of our team members spoke. Ryan Levine is our amazing development director, who many of you know. Kathy Redford is a new member of our development team, also based in Guatemala. Maria Murphy, our amazing sales director, based in the greater New York City area. Very greater. Lydia Garcia, of course, heads our operations in Guatemala. Aliyah Suleiman is our amazing marketing manager, also based in the region. Becky Chrisman is our operations director. And I know that Fernanda, our design director, and some others we're going to try to call in as well. Oh, great. Grace is on the call, also on the development team based in Guatemala.
Yeah, I just want to pop in real quick and say something, Ruth. Thanks everyone for joining and taking the time not only to learn about our work today, but support us throughout the year. We're excited to share these updates with you because, like Ruth said, we were able to do it together. And maybe you don't have questions right now, which is fine. We don't want to put everyone on the spot, but just know that this is our group of trusted supporters, and we're always available via email, text, voice note, any means of communication you might want to reach out with and let us know if you saw something, you want to, drop us a line, ask a question. We're always available. So we just are really thankful for you joining and for all that you do to make this possible.
And I just wanted to say, I mean, I look at the faces on the call and I see the team that's helping make this possible. And I know that not all of you know each other, but I want to share with you that on this call, we have members of our fashion advisory board who've helped us build that side of our model and make connections. We have corporate partners who've helped us build our galas and raise funds and build our corporate partnerships and corporate product sales program. We have some of our foundation partners like Food for the Poor that have been so key to helping us build our training program and helping us train and onboard more women. I think the diversity of the group that have partnered with us to build this model, that's the secret to making it so successful. So I just really want to share the gratitude that we all have to each of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ruth, I have a question, and I might have
Yeah.
missed it in the beginning of the call. You mentioned that you're expanding to other countries, or what's the?
Well, right now we're focused on Honduras, but in the the coming 3 years, we likely will also expand to additional regions. But right now we're focused on Honduras.
For the next couple of years or next year? Okay. All right. Thank you. That's great. Is there a particular reason why you chose Honduras? Just for me to understand.
Yes, well, we, first of all, we work in the epicenter of the migration crisis, and the Northern Triangle, including Honduras, is part of that region. And the indigenous women of Honduras have experienced very similar discrimination and exclusion to indigenous women in rural Guatemala. So it was just, and its proximity, it was a very easy place to start for our first pilot. We'd never done this before. We had to document our model, think about how to share that with another organization, work through the logistics of doing that. So we really, and then in addition to that, one of our long-term partners, Food for the Poor, had an organization and a group in Honduras that they really wanted us to work with. So it was kind of a no-brainer for that to be our first pilot partnership. And we're learning a lot from that. That's going to help us do this even more successfully in the future. But right now we're really focused on that. And it's been very exciting for us because for those of you who know the history of Latin America, you know that the history of Latin America is about divide and conquer and exclusion. And different indigenous groups, much less even between different indigenous communities in the same region, historically have not always, have often been divided and not shared ideas or best practices with each other. And so for the women that we work with, this is their first time having any interaction with indigenous women in another country. So it's exciting to have our artisans help teach them how to do what they do. And it's hard. There are a lot of things that, it was the right decision to start with a very close country so we could work through how to do this successfully. But it's exciting to do this. And our sales partners and our press partners have been really excited about the collaboration as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
This is Allison speaking.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if the artisans in Honduras have similar skill set. I mean, have they approached their work before you're teaching them anything?
Yeah.
What they've offered to tourist industry or just among their own communities?
Yeah. Well, we intentionally chose women that were floor loom weavers because we knew that that's an area where we have a lot of work to offer them that's growing really quickly. And
what did you say it was? Floor loom
weavers. And then the process of partnering with them, we've learned that you know, they were working with a synthetic yarn, which is really hard to sell at a premium in the US. So we're helping them work with natural cotton yarn. And we've, you know, realized that even though they're working with the same looms, that some of the techniques and materials they're working with are different. So there've been a whole process to work with them on that and help them get to the technique level and also with the sourcing so that they could really sell in a successful way internationally. But it's exciting, and you know, we're teaching them how you build quality control systems in your community, and how to interpret a loom card, how to develop a new design, and a lot of different things like that. So it's, you know, how to import export, you know, helping them find shipping agents and showing, you know, teaching them the ropes on that too. I mean, all kinds of stuff that we've been working with them on. So it's one of the things that's really great is with our partner Food for the Poor that's raised the funds for this, that we've been able to create this digital toolkit. We've created videos. Every team in the organization has created manuals, documents, and videos to document how we do what we do so that we could better share with these women and with our partner organization on the ground in Honduras. And so it's just been this wonderful learning process, and we're excited about it.
Thanks.
All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, thank you to all of you for all of your support.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
how to
you.
reach us. You have our
Thank
contact
you.
information. Don't be
Thank you.
strangers.
You
Thank
did
you,
a great
everyone.
job. You did a great
Thank you,
presentation.
everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Karen.
great.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
On everything and on the sales, that 1 million mark is amazing.
It's exciting. It's very exciting. And then our next target is 2 million. That's what we're looking at next.
You can do it. It's just, I know you can.
Yes.
Congratulations. And of course, Maria, for everything you've done since you started. I think
Yes,
it's really,
yes.
really made a difference. So
Thank you so much, guys. Great seeing you all.
Thanks, everyone.
Great seeing
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
bye.
Nice job, Ruth.
Bye.
Thank you.